Hi Leo, I hope that you're all doing well. We are here with your reading, what you need to know for November. The first card that we have out is Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is a card of happiness. Ten of Cups is a card of joy, fulfillment. We also have Ace of Wands, which is a card that speaks about opportunity. Okay, what I'm seeing going on here. Ten of Cups is joy, happiness, fulfillment, this stuff that you connect with and feel a sense of glee or feel a sense of peace or feel calm. It's the feelings that feel nice to sit within because we feel like stuff is right. Like there's that absence of conflict, okay? So having Ten of Cups and having Ace of Wands, what this can be is when you are in a state that is connected with your joy and that is present to what you're feeling and tuned in, it can lead to more opportunities that are aligned with that are like that. Having Ten of Cups and Ace of Wands can also show feeling very, very happy with a door that opens. Very, very happy with an opportunity. So there can be opportunities for more happiness that will bring about more joy within your life, that will bring about a sense of peace, a sense of connection. And so you have the option to sort of gravitate towards the things that will cultivate more long-term joy and happiness when we have Ten of Cups and Ace of Wands. So that's an option. Now I'm also seeing Seven of Swords and I'm seeing Seven of Cups. Seven of Swords can be any of your self-sabotaging stuff, any of your stuff where you're not being fully honest with yourself, any place where there is doing things in a way where there can be, Seven of Swords is our shadow energy. So it can be lying to yourself about something or lying to somebody around you about something or covering up something that you're doing. It's like anything that's going to sort of come from a place of distortion, illusion, dishonesty, and then the confusion and emotions that brings up, or the confusion or misdirection that sort of brings up. And this can also be your own mental stuff too. When we have Seven of Swords and Seven of Cups, this can be shadow thoughts coming in. Like you have a really nice opportunity that you would want to go towards, and then something is going on with your shadow or something's going on with your saboteur energy, and then it brings up confusion. And at first you saw this and you felt really happy about it and it looked like something you wanted to explore. And now with Seven of Swords and Seven of Cups, this can be a feeling of doubt. This can be a feeling of confusion. And you can know that this is sort of how your shadow operates. Like this can be something where when you feel excited about something, there's vulnerability within that, and then maybe that's when your shadow comes up and tries to like take that away so you're not left disappointed. So it can sort of be something like that. We'll get further and see about this energy. Actually, let's clarify it right now. Seven of Swords will be anything that is not based in truth, and then the confusion that brings. So this can also be not trusting yourself, not being honest with yourself, regardless of what's happening externally. Okay, Seven of Swords is being clarified by Ace of Swords. This can be something that comes to light, Leo. Something that's exposed, actually. And keep in mind, again, like if there's anything that you've been doing where you feel like it's not the best thing for you, or you've been kind of, you know, sometimes we can get away with something if that part of our conscious turns on and is saying, don't do that thing, and then we sort of turn it off and then do the thing anyway. If there's been any of that stuff going on, it can be a time when you see that very clearly, having Seven of Swords be clarified by Ace of Swords. So Seven of Swords will be any like lie, illusion, anything that's been hidden, anything that's been covered up, anything that is not aligned with truth. Ace of Swords is that truth coming to expose that. So there will be exposure that happens here of whatever it was that had been going on, that was not brought to light. So whatever that will be for you. Okay, we are also seeing Sun and we're seeing Queen of Swords. This is really going to be a time when I think like anything that you hadn't been fully, totally seeing comes to light, where you can really see that, because the Sun is connected with illumination, and having that be next to Queen of Swords, which is that part of you that you figure things out, you see things, you understand things, you catch what's going on. It means that it's going to empower that part of yourself. So this can be like from a place of self-reflection, Leo. This can be a time where you're like, I've been doing this thing and it's been bringing some type of chaos into my life. Or this has been messing with me emotionally. Or this has been kicking up some type of confusion for me, participating in this, or being part of this, or keeping this around me, or not cutting that out, or like being in this type of pattern. It's going to be something like that, where whatever this was that there hadn't been full, total, complete awareness of, it gets lit up totally and completely. So there's only seeing it exactly as it is and for what it is. So the truth prevails in the month of November. And for those of you that you're not like, some of you, sure, this can be somebody around you where like they've been maybe doing something sneaky, you've been getting feelings about it, this all comes to light. But for those of you that you're not getting feelings about that, this can be a time where it like maybe something was going on and you weren't being totally, completely honest with yourself. And then you're feeling like, I don't know, or it's bringing up confusion for you. This can be a time where it exposes that part of yourself and you see like that wasn't coming from a place of me where I'm seeing things clearly. It was coming from somewhere else. So know that this doesn't mean like you're gonna find out you can't trust somebody. This can be about where you haven't been trusting yourself, or where you've been not being totally honest with yourself or about yourself, or maybe where you haven't been honest with somebody around you about something that you've been doing. Like it can be that type of thing, and it doesn't have to be something huge. This can be on a small level even. Just anything that you've been doing or connecting with, or that's been around you, or that you've been exposed to, that is bringing confusion. And this being exposed. What this also means too is that if there's been like somebody, if there's been an energy around you, because it's really like, I don't know the form that this is going to take. For some of you, this can be something going on within you. For some of you, it can be something that you're experiencing playing out externally. This can be somebody around you that maybe has been like whispering some type of like bad advice in your ear. It's going to be a time where whatever that is, it will be exposed to you. It can be like somebody maybe not looking out for you when you thought that they were. It can be just something like that that's been going on. But it will reinforce you to trust yourself, to trust your gut, that things will be better like that. And also too, Seven of Swords can be something that there's something that we're faced with, that there can be this feeling with the Seven of Swords of, I'm not prepared for that, or I'm not ready for that. So I'm going to try to take a back alley route because I'm not trusting myself, because I'm not believing in myself. So it can be a time when that's also exposed as well, where you can be seeing how your own shadow thoughts bring up confusion and then persuade you off of your path at times. Or it can be seeing where you don't really believe in yourself. When something pops up and there's a way that you would feel like this is the way to go about doing it, but then you do something else instead. So again, like, and then the emotions that kicks up for you, and then the process you have to go through because of that. And so this can be something that you're gaining a lot more awareness of. Like you've cracked the code on this. So it feels like a process that's not going to be going on unconsciously anymore. Okay, 10 of Cups being linked with 3 of Pentacles. This shows that there's going to be a lot of joy and fulfillment connected with working together, collaborating, being cooperative. This can be in your personal life. You can feel like, wow, like we're all working together and we're all communicating and we're trying to figure things out and we're trying to get on the same page and we're tuning in and there's respect and there's listening and there's opportunity for growth. Some of you, this can also be a work situation where you can feel very pleased with the way that a collaboration goes and that there's also space and room for more opportunity and growth. And it can be both of those things too. It can be in a work setting. It can also be at home as well. And I think too, you getting to the point where you want to work with the parts of you that are connected with joy and connected with peace within you. And so you can be wanting to work with your joy. You can be wanting to work with your peace. You can be wanting to work with your happiness and say, like, what do I need to keep you around? How do I promote this in my life? What opportunities will support that within my life? And it can be a time where those are the things that you lean towards. And that becoming apparent during November. The choice that you have. Wow, I'm seeing the Emperor. So this can be like across the board in different areas of your life where there's a desire for a feeling of satisfaction in multiple areas of your life, and you recognizing that this is really something that you can build into your structure, that there can be peace, that there can be fulfillment, that there can be happiness. And that it's sustainable as well. This is about doing this in a sustainable way too. 10 of Cups, all of the 10s are going to be about sustaining something that we want to sustain. So it's not just like, I'm getting a cheap thrill from this right now. 10 of Cups is a joy, a peace, a happiness, a fulfillment that will be sustained by the right choices that will support it being sustained. And there being a preference for that or a choosing of that. And working with opportunities that will foster that. And also seeing whatever it is that has been going on that you've been doing that can be keeping that from happening. This is how I'm seeing 7 of Swords come up. Anything that you've been doing, and 7 of Swords can be stuff that we're not always aware of, but this is going to come to light in November. Anywhere where you haven't fully been showing up or fully believing in yourself. Because having the Empress here, this is about your creative, dynamic flow, what you can birth into creation, like what you are capable of, what is a possibility, like what you are able to channel and experience within your life. And 7 of Swords is anywhere where you're stopping that from happening, anywhere where you're blocking that productivity, anywhere where you're blocking that flow. And then thinking that you're not capable, or thinking that you don't have that vibration within you. Meaning, if the Empress is something that emanates from you, 7 of Swords can be any way where you're blocking yourself from emanating this thing that's naturally occurring within you. Gaining awareness of this happening and liberating it. It feels like such a weird juxtaposition to see, because when we have the Empress, it shows you being very capable, like most capable of showing up and like having what you need to do what needs to be done. But 7 of Swords for some reason is like not believing that within yourself. So Empress is like you need to paint something and you're actually a just an example, you're actually a fantastic painter. And Seven of Swords is like making somebody else do it for you instead and being like, here's my picture, when it's like, why didn't you just do it yourself? Like, it would have been better, and you're also capable of doing it, so why not do that? And this is coming back to something within you where there's this like doubt, where there's this disconnect, where there's something going on with your shadow energy that doesn't allow that part of you to emerge and do its thing. Where if Seven of Swords wasn't here, I'd see you like painting the picture and saying, look, I'm so happy with it, like I'm so proud of this, look at this thing, and knowing that it really aligns and is appropriate for what's expected of you. But because Seven of Swords is here, it's like having like something else stand in for you when you're like very capable of doing that yourself. That's like metaphorically how I'm seeing the energy be with this. And then the confusion that this brings of like somewhere where you're capable and could be getting credit for something, not doing it that way, and then sort of the chaos that ensues because of it. And it, again, comes from a place of doubt. It comes from a place of a lack of self-trust, a lack of believing, a lack of, it's feeling like what's being asked of me is too much, or I'm not capable of it, like I can't face it head on, when we have the Empress here, which shows like actually you are. You don't need to like get a stand in here. Like this is something that you're capable of doing, and well, because we have the Empress, it shows like really that ability there to show up and to do something with a sense of competency. And this being realized, again, like another example of this is like you've been trained specifically for a job, and then it's time for you to show up and do the job, and you're like, let me like hire a substitute to come in and do this, and it's somebody that's not trained, and then they're like, first of all, they're not going to do as good as you would have done, they're not even trained for it, but thinking for some reason like you can't, but you're the one that's trained for it, and also you do a great job when you show up. It's like that type of thing where it's weird because I'm seeing you show up as the Empress, so anybody looking at the energy would be like, why wouldn't you be the one to step forward and do that? Like you're the most appropriate to be showing up and doing this. But it has to do with something going on where there's like this block, there's this like not self-trust, there's just something going on that for some reason you like don't see yourself as being obviously like the prime candidate or option. And all of the things that you do to sort of try to like prove that distortion right, when all you need to do is just show up. And I think really do what's being asked of you, like do what the situation is asking of you. It feels like, you know how some people overcompensate when like they don't know their limits and they'll take on more than they should be taking on, and then they're like not doing stuff properly? This feels like the opposite of that. Like there's a like undercompensating, where your skill level or like what you're able to produce or how you're able to show up with is like far beyond how you're perceiving it. Like you can go like this far and you're thinking like starting point, like you're powered up all the way to here. You're thinking your energy only goes to here, when it's like you're not seeing all that more potential that you have, or that power, or that whatever this is that you're sort of giving and showing up with. It's like for some reason your shadow being like limiting that, but then this coming into your awareness. It looks like it happens like somewhere around maybe the 10th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, around that time. Something that's connected with this is going to come to light. It's definitely going to be a distortion that's going to come to light. You know, like, just to give another example of this, it reminds me of like somebody that does like a drawing or something that's really fantastic, and it's like obviously the best one, like everybody's staring at it knowing that it's the best one, and then the person that did it, being you in this situation, is like not seeing it. There's just something here about not seeing it, like not seeing what you have to offer, like not seeing the talent, not seeing the skill, something connected with that where it's a distortion. This isn't just like I'm being humble, this is a distortion, and it's based off of something that's not true. And so you're not really accurately seeing yourself. You're not seeing a mirror, you're seeing like a funhouse mirror. And it's something that actually takes away from you. Where like you're not giving yourself enough credit, or you're not recognizing what you're capable of. It looks like this helps solidify a vision that has to do with your future, has to do with your progress, where you're going. Like before there was something that hadn't clicked into place. Now that you're seeing this, it feels like it gives you some type of confidence having to do with your future, having to do with your path, having to do with the trajectory of things, where stuff is going. Some of you too, there's an opportunity to collaborate that you can feel really happy with, and this can be something that very much furthers all the important stuff on your path, because having the Emperor here, this is going to appeal to you across the board and be beneficial for all important areas of your life. So there is a spotlight that's put on your past, maybe where this comes from, where this distortion comes from. And it helps clarify things for you moving forward in a big way. I feel like this can be something that is a really big shift that happens on an internal level for you. So this feels like you're really going to feel this internally. But it's going to very much impact things externally for you. I will say this too, for some of you, like where this could come from is that, just an example with the energy. I like to give examples because it can kick off something for you where you're like, I have a memory of that, or that reminds me of something. And so you can sort of find your own situation within this. The way that this energy is that, let's say that, let's just stick with the drawing thing. Like you have a talent for drawing, right? But you don't really see that within yourself so much, even though like everybody else around you does, sure. But you had this incident that happened when you were younger where maybe somebody that felt like jealous of you or felt insecure or felt triggered or something by you being a great artist could have been like, you're really not as good as you think you are. Like it can be something that came from a lie, it came from a distortion, and then it was internalized, and then you think that that's you when it was like a projection that was taken on, where there's some type of like incompetency, or like you just don't see how powerful or how good you are at whatever this is that you do. It's something that's connected with that, and it feels like it came from a place. It doesn't just feel like it came from a place where there was something that wasn't true that you were exposed to. And it can be commentary about you and what you produce and what you're capable of. Like another example, for some of you, like you can be really intuitive. Maybe there's something that you want to do with your intuitive abilities. And when you were younger, you called something out to someone that you picked up on intuitively. And they could have denied it and then left you feeling like, maybe I don't have that skill, maybe I don't have that ability. Meanwhile, you actually were right. And they just didn't want you to be, or they weren't seeing that within themselves, or they weren't aware of it. And so you took that as a truth when it wasn't. So it can just be little things like that. And it doesn't just have to be one situation. This can be multiple things that happen, but it's stuff that's going to have you like not believing in what you're capable of ultimately, not believing in your skill set and how powerful of a skill set you have and your abilities. And this is, I'm seeing you move in a way where this comes to realization. I think really something, this can be an epiphany that you have, this can be an experience, and it's going to reinforce how capable you are, and it's going to be much more than you thought. So this is going to be a really affirming experience that you have during the month of November, and I think this gives you a lot more hope and faith in the trajectory of things, and also like the promise of what you have to offer, and seeing that this is a big deal and this is going to feel really important for you. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.